What's good, guys? Fantasy Joe back here with our mock draft Monday. First one of the season. Wanted to wait to kick them off till we got closer to the NFL draft. But I want to give one mock draft prior to the actual NFL draft just so we can show how things move and shake after the draft, obviously. That'll be this Thursday. Definitely recommend watching that. I'll definitely be doing that. Super excited for it. But yeah, let's do this mock draft. We're gonna do half PPR. We're gonna randomize this live, and we are drafting from 10th. Okay, not that random, I guess. I think it's random, but we're already on 10. Okay, so if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe, hit that like button. If you have any questions or comments, drop them in the comment section down below. All right, so the draft starts off with Christian McCaffrey, CeeDee Lamb, Tyreek Hill, Brees, Jamar, Jefferson, Bijan, Amon Ra, Garrett Wilson. And now let's check out our cheat sheets. We'll hide the drafted players. Okay, so A.J. Brown's still on the board. Jameer Gibbs is out there. I actually do see kind of a fall off. This might not even be the best player I think that's on the board in A.J. Brown. I think that's who I'm going to select. But I think there's a big difference to me between A.J. Brown, Puka Nacua, and this next tier of receivers. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in. I think if I was taking the best player available, I might be taking Kyron or Jameer Gibbs. Let's go ahead and lock in A.J. Brown here, though. Mock drafts, too, are all about to see what happens. Um, so, yeah, let's go ahead and draft him as soon as I can figure out how to do it with this new update. Bingo. Got him. Alrighty. So we come back around here, and after we took A.J. Brown, Josh Allen, Puka, Jameer, Kyron got drafted. So, I'm bouncing around here a little too much. As you can see, these are the options that we have left. Hmm, this one is close to me. I was hoping one of those backs would get back to me. I don't mind Jonathan Taylor, and I am going to select him here. Once again, I'm hoping I can just figure this out once and for all. Yeah, that's just not how you do it. Okay, that's for viewing. JT, I'm sure there's a way to do it, and I'll figure it out. I'm not used to update on the laptop anymore. First one on the laptop of the year. Been doing most of them on my mobile phone, honestly. Taking a look at who we've got now, James Cook is on the board, who I do think is a good talent. Kenneth Walker's out there, Mike Evans, Jalen Waddle. I really hope one of these two guys could get back to me. And if they don't, I really like Jalen Waddle. I think I am going to go ahead, though, and go running back again here. Tight ends down here. Kelce's still on the board. Is a bit tempting, to be honest. That is very enticing. And I do imagine, gosh, 310. Yeah, I'll take Kelce. Feels a little weird drafting him just because he's so much older now, but or not even, he's 1 year older than he was last year, obviously. But I really want to see how this team turns out. I don't think he'll get to the third round of many drafts, but him being available that late was just too big of a value for me to pass up. We move over here. Jalen Waddle's still on the board, and Kenneth Walker, and that's who I was deciding between if I had taken a wide receiver or running back there. Kenneth Walker is really good, and I do think there's a bit of a fall off after him, so I'm going to go ahead and take Kenneth Walker. Um, Especially, like I said, a lot of this for me has been with kind of where the tiers have been. To me, I'm drafting the last of a certain tier, and then hoping I can swing back around and grab a guy like DeVonta Smith in round 5, who I just absolutely love. And then let's see, Cooper is still available. We got them. See the running backs now. Mostert I think is a value, but outside of him, I think you're really skimping your options. And I'm going to go ahead. Amari Cooper is very tempting for me here, but I'm going to go with a better quarterback and T. Higgins. Take him. I just think he is a very safe bet, and where he's falling in drafts right now is just crazy to me. So I'm going to go ahead and snag him up. Um, take a lot of shares of him there. It's really nice to already uh, have the tight end selected. Now I just know I'm rolling wide receivers and running backs. I think Christian Kirk's a great draft pick here. I'm going to go ahead and take Jordan Love, though. last of the quarterbacks I really am excited about drafting. I wouldn't mind having Justin Herbert at all, but his receiving options have got much worse. Tua, I wouldn't mind at all either. I'm going to go a little bit later. Brock Purdy is still a good option as well. But I just really think Jordan Love could be a top five quarterback this year. And I think he's a pretty safe chance of being top 12, barring major collapse or something like that, obviously. I'll go ahead and take Christian Kirk here, I think, with Calvin Ridley in Tennessee now. Opens up a ton of targets for everybody else around him. I'm going to go ahead and show the team here just so you guys can see it. I like how the team has turned out, especially if you told me I was going to take some of the guys I have so far. And I like going tight end and being able to have T. Higgins in my flex. I love that as far as a roster build. We're looking at the running back position. Not a ton of guys I really want to be snagging here. Um, hmm. Cortland Sutton's a little interesting to me, but his contract situation's a little up in the air at the moment. But, gosh, I just can't pull the trigger on him. I'll take, gosh, this one is tough. I'll take Cortland Sutton. Well, if he gets traded, he might get traded to a team with a better quarterback situation. Looking at who we still have out here on the board. Honestly, this is where the cheat sheets really comes at a advantage. I wonder if I hit the. We'll figure this out. Um, hmm. Taking a look at the top options for me, I'll go ahead and take Jonathan Brooks since this is our pre-draft one, and I think I added him. Okay, perfect. Um, a guy who I will be very highly excited to see where he lands. Now looking at taking a look at who else is still out there, I don't want to grab Gabe Davis because I already have a Jag receiver, who I think he's a pretty good value at this point. You know what? I'll go ahead and snag Dameon Pierce. It's late enough. I still think he's a good talent, and yeah, we'll pull the trigger on him there. Going over Rashid Shaheed just went off the board. Be very interested to see how his legal situation resolves. But we'll get way more information on that luckily before draft season. I'll go ahead and I'll take Keon Coleman. He's a guy who, could go to the right landing spot and be a dynamite for fantasy if, let's say, he lands on the Bills somehow. Um, Not necessarily who I would be taking in a draft, but just kind of want to highlight some of these guys now. Rico Dowdle, love the talent. Um, Unique situation there with their current running back depth chart. I imagine they will address it through the draft, but if they don't, I think Rico Dowdle could be, the back you want to own. And I think he's worth a chance at either way, kind of whether you're throwing darts on him at this point in the draft. I'll go ahead and I'll take Dotson. I'd love to get Palmer too if he comes back around to me and is still available. It's not looking likely. He is. Josh Palmer, get the weapon for Justin Herbert, excuse me. All right, so let's take a look at the final team. So quarterback, we've got Jordan Love, and then our RBs, we got Jonathan Taylor, Kenneth Walker. I really like that 1-2 punch. Very comfortable with those being my top two running backs. Then receiver, A.J. Brown, DeVonta Smith. Obviously having two Philadelphia Eagles wide receivers may not be the biggest upside potential. It definitely isn't, but it should hopefully provide a little bit more consistency. And at the values I got them, I'm very comfortable with it. There are two receivers on every team about every year or two sets, excuse me, that finishes top 11 wide receivers just statistically. So why not them? And yeah, just where I'm getting DeVonta Smith in round 5. I'm not worried about that. Kelce at tight end, T. Higgins, Christian Kirk, Cortland Sutton, Jonathan Brooks, Dameon Pierce, Keon Coleman, Rico Dowdle, Jahan Dotson, Joshua Palmer right on the bench. I really like the running backs and the wide receivers I was able to get with Travis Kelce, and I took Jordan Love at the 7th round. Not necessarily a premium pick, but not late either. But I really like how well ran the team is. A little weak at running back on the bench, but a lot of teams are. Tune in for the NFL draft coming up very soon, and I'll be posting a mock draft after that and a bunch of additional videos all about the draft, covering the draft, your top rookie picks, all things like that. So stick around for that. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. And if you have any questions or comments, put them in the comment section down below. Until next time, thank you for watching.